Okay, so this is a product that Megatone Amps, Dale Laslie and I are working on for upright bass. It's a preamp, tentatively titled the Correlator, which is just a working title. And it's housed in an old Bogan PA box, but what we have here is a tube-driven preamp, a very high impedance input for piezo pickups on upright basses, and theoretically to open up the bottom end and let the notes blossom more. Piezos, some of them typically have more of a real clacky, thin sound unless driven, with a preamp. And so you have your input stage there. You have a single tone knob, which all the way to the left is your most beefy, bottomy sound. And then as you dial it to the right, you get more of a string sound, more high-end presence, I guess you'd say. But you can dial in the amount of string is the way I interpret it, sound. And then, of course, you have your volume output and your output jack on the side there on the right to go to your amp. You can also just drive a power amp with this, but it's really good using with just a bass amp or whatever kind of amp you have to get more gain stage to the amp itself. I guess you'd say it's like preamp and a preamp, but like I said, a lot of these piezos just don't have the output, and there's a lot of EQing that you have to do. With this, you're going to get, being that it's tube driven, a real detailed sound. And it's going to sound, what I found, it really sounds like your instrument. It sounds like the bass you're playing. Of course, you can EQ it any way you want, make it sound however you want. But the initial signal that you're transferring from your bass to whatever amp you're going into is just going to be your sound, and it's going to be real detailed and warm sound, with the tubes. On the back, I can turn this around. We're going to have a long cord on there. I like to have a long cord. You never know where your power is on a stage. But we've got a DI out on the back there with a loop, a ground lift. If you have any buzz or anything, you can lift the ground. Your standard on and off switch. And a post and pre for the DI. So you can either send it with the tone dialed in or just a flat signal to your front of house guy or monitor guy or whatever, or a studio. And the signal will remain constant. So if you turn up and down on stage, then your signal that you're sending the engineer is going to stay constant. So he's not going to have to worry about you turn up or turn down. You're not going to have to worry. That's the main thing, because your signal going to him is going to be constant, and he'll have plenty of control for the house. But if you need to turn up or turn down, you can do that without that worry. I really like that in DIs on amps. Because until you hit that first note and play that first song, even if you do a sound check, you don't know till you get into it where you need to be, and the band typically turns up and whatever. So basically that's the idea behind it. It's got two, you can't really see, but there's two tubes in the back there, small transformer. And this is just the prototype. It'll be in a different kind of housing, of course, and it'll look sweet. But so I just wanted to give you guys a look at it. Once again, to get around here to the front, and I got it tilted up on this phone just so you can see it. But there you go. The Dale Laslie's preamp for upright bass, and I've been R&D'ing on it, and we're going to get some local cats to try it and see what they think. So they're just tipped over the phone. So contact me on my Facebook, and we'll see if we can hook up and get you to try it. And there you go. Keep thumping.